Summer is the one season where spending less actually equals better style. So I put together 10 affordable essentials to look your best this summertime. And a few of these will actually stop you from getting scammed. Starting with sunglasses. I get it, sounds super obvious, and it is. But not only are these things essential in the practical sense, like they could stop your eyes from getting singed by the sun, but a good pair of sunglasses could quite literally be the item that pulls your entire outfit together. Exhibit A. This is just an average guy wearing a hoodie. Throws on a pair of sunglasses and oh my lord, suddenly this guy has maximum aura. But the single most important thing when it comes to buying sunglasses is to make sure you're not getting scammed. Here's the thing. This is a pair of visors I got at a gas station in the US for about $15. This is a pair of Yeezy sunglasses that cost $20. This is an $80 pair I got when I was in China. This is a pair from Represent that cost about $200. And this is a $500 to $600 pair of sunglasses from Prada. And you know what all of these have in common? Well, they're literally all made of the exact same stuff, plastic and a lens. The difference between the $20 Yeezy one and the $500 Pradas is literally just the logo. They cost probably the exact same to make. And that goes for all sunglasses. Buying designer expensive sunglasses is a complete scam. Not to mention there's a whole rabbit hole we could go down of how Luxottica, the parent company for 80% of the eyewear market, acts like a monopoly. We're not going to get into all of that. Point is, don't buy designer, buy cheap sunglasses. They're perfectly just as good as the most expensive ones. And if you're worried about the UV protection, I think it's a little bit overblown than it's made out to be. Yes, there is a risk that some cheap sunglasses could just be tinted and have zero UV protection, but from my experience, it's well overblown and almost like a fear-mongering tactic by designer sunglasses to make you buy the more expensive ones. The simplest way to check if your cheap sunglasses have UV protection is just to check on the inside. They'll have a logo which says CE, or they'll literally just say flat out 100% UV protection. You can always test it out yourself by getting a UV light and one of those test cards off of Amazon. Find a nice cheap pair of sunglasses that fit your face, and I guarantee it will elevate the most basic of outfits just to make you look cool, and obviously the practical element, eyes getting singed and such. Next up is a summer fragrance. Because to look good, you've gotta smell good. And to make sure I give you the best fragrance advice on the internet, we have to talk with an expert. And here we are with our certified expert of fragrance, Dylan.
If owning a lot of fragrances makes me an expert, then okay.
Don't sell yourself short, buddy. He talks about fragrance all the time. And sometimes in the gym, he comes in smelling obnoxiously strong. So I'm gonna give it to him, and what I'm gonna ask you is, we need an affordable summer fragrance.
A summer fragrance, it needs to be light, most likely citrus, something that isn't too heavy on the vanilla fragrance.
So Dylan has a top 5 of his recommendations, and I'll give him a little sniff test and find my favorite.
Starting with a nice, cheap, good one. If you want to smell like you've just stepped up out of the shower or the laundry, Zara Sunrise on the Red Sand Dunes. Now, this one is the closest smelling to Louis Vuitton Imagination, which is $350. This is like $20, $30. It's the easiest wear that you will get, and you can pick it up from Zara. Smell it. Soapy. Non-offensive. Secondly, we've got Hawas for Him. Very similar to this one, it's just a little bit more citrus.
Whoa, that's a little bit stronger. That's quite nice, actually. I think I prefer that to the other one.
Next up, this one is actually one of my all-time favorites right now. It's Supremacy Collector's Edition by Afnan. Now, this one, it hits you with the beautiful pineapple citrus summer notes, and then as it dries down, you got a little bit more of a musk to it. And this one lasts forever.
Damn, each one of these is getting better.
Yeah. All right. Now, this one I'm sure everyone knows about. It is a very popular one, but it's popular for good reason. It's YS Saint Laurent. Why?
This one I own.
Yeah.
This is expensive, though. We're looking at a budget.
In terms of everything, you can get this on certain discount retailers for like $70. And then the final one, this one is about $40. It's called Club de Nuit. And this one carries, and it is a dupe of Creed Aventus. So one of the most popular fragrances. This one is a masculine scent.
I don't think it's beating whatever the hell that one is. What is it? Supremacy?
All right. There you go.
Wow.
There's your winner. Afnan Supremacy Collector's Edition.
That's a banger right there. And you say 40 bucks.
Yeah, I think it's like 40, 50.
All right, well, appreciate it, dog. I'll let you get back to smelling scents or whatever you do around here. Next up, we gotta talk about socks. And for the love of God, please do not put a hard outfit together and then just be rocking these things. Get rid of your Nike Essential socks. I got a lot of better recommendations for you. Now, not only are Nike socks, generally speaking, just terrible, they pill very quickly, they disintegrate after a few washes, and obviously that huge check mark is not really doing you any favors for your outfit. Most likely, your summer outfits are going to include a lot of shorts, and therefore your socks are going to be on show. Now, if you're the type of person that likes the ankle socks, that's you. I prefer the longer socks, and I think it looks a lot better, especially when you're wearing shorts. I have seen socks make and break outfits so many times, it is crazy. And as you can see, I mean, I'm kind of a sock connoisseur. So here's the easiest thing. Let me just give you the general rules, and it should make it a lot easier. First of all, I would just avoid logos entirely. Ideally, you just want plain socks. Stick to white and sail colors. Those are going to be the most versatile and go with the most amount of footwear. If you're wearing longer socks, don't pull them all the way up till they're skin tight. You want them to be a little bit more wrinkled. So pull them up, but then push them back down. Bunch them up just a little bit. Avoid black socks with white sneakers. And that is pretty much it. Now, if you're wondering where to get the best socks, well, I've got a couple different recommendations. The simplest one is just to get them from Uniqlo. They do really good socks that are comfortable and they're made decently well. Like, they're not going to be anything insane, but they're cotton, they feel comfy, and they look good. I've got a pair of white and a pair of sail. They're super cheap and affordable, and if you go in and get a pack of 3 of each color, you're pretty much set. But if you want some bonus points and something a little bit different, I highly recommend boucle socks. I've got 2 different ones here. These are the Justin Bieber Skylark ones, which are definitely a lot more pricey, so I probably wouldn't recommend these to the masses. But if you're looking for a really good quality, slightly affordable pair, this is amazing. This is from Velour Garments, and they just look dope. They've got that kind of little roll over things. They kind of look like the original Yeezy socks. They're stretchy. They just look really good when they're on. However, I will say that they're a lot thicker, so it might not be something that you want to wear a lot in the summertime. You'll just have to, you know, kind of judge it by how you feel wearing thick socks. But highly recommend these. Next on the list is getting yourself a good cap. And at this point, you're probably thinking, damn, when is bro gonna recommend something that's not completely obvious? And look, I get it, but I'm not talking about a cap in the sense of, oh, it makes my outfits look amazing and it's essential to look great. I'm talking about it from the essential standpoint of oftentimes a cap, for me personally, actually saves my outfits completely. And what I mean by that is when I step outside, specifically in the summer, a lot of the times the wind gets to my hair, it blows it around, and I just look frizzy and I look like a mess. So having a well-fitting, clean cap that's not got too much craziness going on, that I can just slap on and carry with me, and suddenly I don't look like a complete mess anymore, is essential. Cap recommendations are a little bit tough because I really do believe that caps are so specific to the individual person. Some caps look great on other people and then just look awful on me. So really, you're kind of on your own on this one. Find one that fits your face and your head. I personally like a structured cap that has a little bit more shape and it's not so flat. Like this one is my go-to. In fact, any cap from Represent is a go-to. They're a little bit more pricey, but man, I wear these things so often and it is just the best cap I have found in terms of fitting my face. But yeah, I think a cap for the summertime is an absolute essential. Next up, we actually got a nice little hack, and I'm gonna do it live to show you how insanely simple this is. What we're going to do is create a tank top, one of my favorite things to wear in the summertime. So all you need is a t-shirt that you no longer wear. This is just one that I got from Zara years ago. Don't wear it, but instead of chucking it out, I'm going to give it a new life. Now, bonus points if you get an old graphic t-shirt. Those work the best for these things. And if you don't have a t-shirt that you don't want to cut up, then just go to the thrift store. Usually you find some insane stuff there that you can cut up into a tank and it looks incredible. So you need a surface, make sure it's nice and flat. Take a pair of scissors, make sure that they're sharp. And what you're going to do is cut on the outside of the sleeve hem. So when you look at the hem, You see this? You cut on the outside of that. So you make sure you leave this stitch intact. That's just going to be your guide to make this as simple as possible. I can almost do this with my damn hands tied behind my back and my eyes closed. I've been cutting t-shirts since I was like 14 years old. It all started when I couldn't afford stringers. You remember stringers that everybody was wearing in the gym? And instead of buying one from these overpriced places like freaking Gymshark and all of the rest of them that were popping back in the day, I decided I'm just gonna create my own. Now, obviously, stringers became kind of like, you know, the thing that you don't wanna wear. They just got associated with the wrong people. So nowadays, you just cut tanks, just a sleeveless t-shirt, and it looks so good. Now, this is just gonna be a plain one, which is fine. I mean, plain is fine, but a graphic looks the best. It looks a little bit worn in, you know, a t-shirt that you've had for a while that you no longer wear as a t-shirt, just cut it up, and there we go. Now, you can always check the other side if there's any edges that need a little bit of trimming, so you just do that. But there you go, essentially it is finished. Now, sometimes, especially if it's a t-shirt that you actually bought to cut, you may need to crop it, in which case, just get your favorite fitting t-shirt that's the perfect length, lay it on top, and then just a nice clean cut. This one already came like this with all of this like disheveled look at the bottom. I don't know what that is called. Either way, let's try it on. Let's see how we look. And there we go, the perfect tank top. This thing looks fine. It looks great. It's the perfect length. I didn't really have to do anything to it. Again, this is just one of the cleanest looks because you're ready for summer. You feel the breeze going through it. It's nice. This fits any body type. It looks great on pretty much everyone, but I'm pretty happy with this. So yeah, cut your damn t-shirts. Right, next up, and this one is obviously going to be one of your best friends this summertime, and that is a pair of shorts. Now, this is another one where you could be like, oh, that's pretty obvious, but I mean, clearly not, okay? Have you seen some people rocking shorts out there? You gotta have the right pair of shorts. The ones that look the best will immediately take you from, oh, this is just a guy who's trying to stay cool in the hotter months, to damn, this guy put together an amazing outfit. Now, granted, there is a ton of options. You can go for short shorts, long shorts, jorts, pleated shorts, and there's a million new ones that are being invented as we speak. But the best tip I can give you for shorts is just try them all. I honestly hated a lot of different styles of shorts until I actually tried them. I also learned that I hate short shorts. I actually don't mind longer shorts or even jorts, but that was something that I had to figure out because I initially thought I would have hated those too. The test is super simple. Either buy a bunch of different styles and then return the ones that you don't like, or go into a store, try them out. Just make sure that you're ready for summertime with the right pair of shorts. I love the look of a pair of cargo shorts. I think those things look so clean and they add a lot to an outfit. Again, you're not really going to be able to layer or wear a lot of different clothes in the summer, so having interesting, intentional pieces look the best. Right, next up, by far, we have the most trending piece in the summer wardrobe, something that you're going to be seeing everywhere for the next few months, and that is jerseys. It is World Cup season, and honestly, I think we gotta embrace it. This only comes around every 4 years, and it could be a really good time. Regardless of whether you like football or not, it's a really cool opportunity to experiment with a different style. If you've never worn jerseys before, it's fun. Now, this may be a little bit more tough for Americans. I know you're not that familiar with football.
Oh, so that's how you're gonna play it.
But it's in your damn country, so get with it. What I will say is you Americans are really good at jerseys. You've got American football. Those things actually would probably be my favorite type of jersey, just aesthetically speaking. But that's the thing, is you can wear any type of jersey. It is really, really refreshing to wear something that's lightweight, keeps you cool, and adds a ton to your outfit. The cool thing is a lot of brands are doing their own takes on jerseys as well, so you don't have to get the actual team jerseys if you don't want to, if you don't like the fit. There's a lot of brands doing really cool stuff with like more boxier silhouettes, but it has the whole jersey vibe. You've got brands like Salt Studio, who is doing knitted jerseys, which look incredible. Point is, jerseys look great. They can add a lot to an outfit, and because it's the World Cup, you could throw on your country's jersey and be part of the World Cup moment, which I think is really fun. I'm personally gonna be rocking my hometown Bafana Bafana. Next, we got one of the most impactful items of clothing that you can add in your rotation for summer, and that is a good shirt. Because of how versatile something like like this is, I honestly think it's an absolute essential. You can wear it buttoned up, you can throw it on and wear it unbuttoned with a tank top underneath. You get a long sleeve one, roll up the sleeves, all for a completely different look. Hell, you can tuck it in. There's so many endless options when it comes to a shirt. It's gonna give you the opportunity to create so many different looks. It doesn't have to be anything crazy either. I mean, you can go for short sleeves, but my personal favorite is a striped shirt, something that's a little bit more boxy and roomy. You definitely don't want a tight shirt, especially in the summertime. These things don't tend to stretch, so if you got a tight shirt on, it can get quite constricting and probably make you sweat. Some of my favorite places for getting shirts like this would be Zara. They do some really good affordable options. Another one is a brand called Scuffers. I own quite a few different shirts from them. I love the way that they look, boxy and relax, and again, just give you so many different options. There's so many different places to get it from. It's affordable, it's easy to add, just get a shirt. Next up on the list, jewelry. Now obviously this is a year-round thing, but it's more important than ever in the summertime. Now I know a lot of people talk about jewelry. I'm not necessarily breaking new ground here, but what I will do is share some tips and tricks that I found really useful when it comes to actually wearing jewelry, because I'm not the guy who's gonna be layering on a bunch of different chains and bracelets and going crazy. I truly believe in the more simple the better. Having too many chains on and too obnoxious looking chains can definitely make you look like you're trying too hard or just be a little bit of a strange look. So with simplicity in mind, what I do is just have a small bracelet, a watch, obviously I wear an Apple Watch, but you can go crazy with a watch, and then one, maybe two chains. This combination works really well for me. It's a smaller pendant type chain with a slightly tighter one, so it has that double look. Now you don't need to go crazy with it either. There's super expensive jewelry or just the middle ground, which I think is where you get the best value. You don't want to go super cheap, like buying from Shein or Temu, and then you have like green rings around your neck or something like that. But in that mid-range, $50 to $100, that's ideal. Personally, some of my favorite places to get jewelry and where I get most of mine is from 2J's, Cernucci, and Vitali. They all use good materials, especially 2J's. They have some really interesting looking ones, and all three have kind of something for everyone. But yes, in summary, a chain or two or a bracelet when you're wearing short sleeves can go a long way to making you look a whole lot better during the summertime. Next up has to be a good pair of running shoes, or at least a comfortable pair of running shoes. Now, you don't have to be a runner or even interested in running to get yourself a pair of running shoes. Why you want this is because it's one of the most versatile shoes that you can get, and especially in the summertime, they'll become an essential. Now, something like this, the Hyperboost from Adidas, pretty expensive, $200. Some of my favorite shoes are not even in this price range. In fact, I would say this is one of my personal favorite recommendations. You can pick this up for about $100. It's the Windflow 12 from Nike, but I've done a whole top 10 list, so you've got a ton of options. I'll link that down in the description of the most comfortable shoes you can buy. Point is, a lot of running shoes have the latest cushioning technology, making them the most comfortable shoes that you can buy. And during the summertime, if you're on vacation, you're stepping outside, you're doing steps, you're on your feet a lot, that makes these an essential to stay comfortable. They're also super breathable, which is perfect for the summertime. They look great in a lot of summer outfits. They're lightweight, the list goes on. If you've got anything planned for this summer, whether it's going on vacation, long summer walks, hikes, or anything like that, or hell, even actual running, these will become your favorite shoes, trust me. But there you have it, 10 essential, affordable items that will get you prepped for the summertime. If you found this video useful, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I also recommend checking out this video that I'll throw in the top left-hand corner. It is 10 products that changed my life and potentially could change yours too.